Oh, hello there. Let us, you and I, take a little stroll down the rather gloomy yet utterly fascinating streets of 19th century St. Petersburg. Our guide for this expedition is none other than the magnificent mustachioed master of the human soul, Fyodor Dostoyevsky. And the map we shall be using? His magnum opus, Crime and Punishment. First published in 1866, this is not merely a book, it is a psychological labyrinth, a philosophical battleground, a story that grabs you by the collar and refuses to let go. It plunges us headfirst into the tormented mind of a young man and asks some of the most profound questions about what it truly means to be human. It's a bit of a beast, I'll grant you, but a beautiful one. Dostoevsky himself was a man who lived a life as dramatic and tumultuous as any of his characters. He was a writer who stared into the abyss of human suffering, having faced a mock execution, served years of hard labor in Siberia, and battled a crippling gambling addiction. These experiences, you see, weren't just biographical footnotes, they were the very ink with which he wrote. Crime and Punishment emerged from this crucible of personal turmoil. You might wonder why scholars and thinkers keep returning to this particular novel, placing it on the highest pedestals of human knowledge. It's not just because it's a cracking good story. The importance of Crime and Punishment lies in its revolutionary approach to character and consciousness. Dostoevsky essentially invented a new way of telling a story, one that focuses less on external events and more on the internal, chaotic and often contradictory world of the protagonist. It became a foundational text for understanding the complexities of human psychology, long before Freud Jung. It's a cultural treasure, a map of the human mind in all its messy glory. The novel is a cornerstone of existentialist thought, wrestling with freedom, responsibility, and the search for meaning in a seemingly godless universe. Raskolnikov believes he is an extraordinary man, a Napoleon-like figure who can transgress moral laws for a higher purpose. The book is a devastating refutation of that idea. Now, one might fret, and quite rightly, that something of the original Russian soul could be lost in translation. Russian is a wonderfully complex and nuanced language. Dostoevsky's prose is famously passionate, sometimes ragged, always deeply expressive. It has a particular rhythm, a certain feel to it. The enduring power of Crime and Punishment is a testament to the universality of its themes and the remarkable skill of its translators. Several English editions on a shelf. They capture that Dostoevskian spirit, feverish, breathless. The story's power isn't only linguistic flourish, it's the force of psychological realism. Raskolnikov's mind, spiraling paranoia, sudden bursts of compassion, intellectual arrogance warring with conscience, these elements transcend language. So rest assured, pick up a well-regarded English edition, not diluted but faithful. At the very heart of this grand, sprawling novel are four pillars that hold the entire structure up: guilt, punishment, morality, redemption. These are not just abstract ideas for Dostoevsky. They are living, breathing forces that tear our protagonist apart and ultimately offer him a sliver of hope. The book is, first and foremost, an anatomy of guilt. It's not the legal guilt of being caught that interests Dostoevsky, but the internal, psychological guilt that blossoms like a poison ivy in Raskolnikov's soul. Fever paranoia, a profound sense of alienation from everyone around him. He can't escape it because it's part of him. Then comes punishment. Raskolnikov's theory is that the real punishment is for ordinary men. Extraordinary men are above it. The novel is a brutal demonstration of how wrong he is. The punishment he endures is not the sentence of hard labor in Siberia, which comes much later. The true punishment is the immediate and unrelenting mental torture that begins the moment the axe falls. And finally there is redemption. Let's talk about our main man, Rodion Romanovich Raskolnikov. He is, without a doubt, one of the most compelling characters in literature. He is not a simple villain. He is brilliant. He is handsome. He is a proud former student. He is living in abject poverty. He is deeply compassionate, giving his last pennies to a poor family. And at the next moment, plotting a brutal murder. This duality is what makes him fascinating. He is a walking contradiction, torn between ideas. His intellectual theories tell him he's a Superman. His innate conscience screams at him after the crime. The novel is our all-access pass to his mind. We are with him in his tiny, coffin-like room as he develops his theory. We feel his heart pound as he approaches the pawnbroker's apartment. We experience his delirious, feverish state after the murder. Reality and nightmare blur into one terrifying landscape. So, what is the lasting impact of this Russian behemoth? To put it simply, Crime and Punishment redrew the map of the novel. It showed that the most compelling drama could live inside the human mind. This focus on interiority reshaped modern fiction. And that ultimately is why it still matters so profoundly today. Rapid change, ideological certainty. The temptation to believe the ends justify the means. Crime and Punishment is a timeless cautionary tale. It reminds us of our shared humanity, a truly essential read. Pip pip. Please subscribe for more great educational videos. Thank you.